Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Timeout Tuesday once again. Hard to believe we're coming to the closing days of July, and the year is gone so quickly. Today, I'm going to be using something I've used before, but I really love this set. It's in the new catalogue, and it's called Beautiful Gallery. And today, I'm going to be mainly using stamps and dies. No DSP. But I just want to show you two or three things that I saw online that I really liked, and I'm going to be sort of going through for 2 weeks. So I'll probably do that this week, and then next week I'll probably use a DSP in some way or other. I might make a 3D gift or something. I'm not sure yet. I haven't even worked that out yet, but that's all right. Life's just been very busy. So just to remind you what it looks like is if you buy the suite, you get 2 stamp sets. So we'll just flip over here. We've got Gallery Blooms, which is the flowers, and Beautiful Motifs, which is the sentiments, and a few little other things as well. There is a embossing folder, beautiful embossing folder that comes with it that has this, it's almost like a fleur-de-lis, not quite, but, and then we've got 2 lots of dies, of which I've got one here because my friend has the other one. And they're these ones. Some of these are partial cuts, these 3 here, and these ones cut out. So I'm going to be using those today. So let's get started. This one, and I'm using 3 different colors. Colors I don't often use, but I thought I'd use this today. So this one here is using Blackberry Bliss. Whoops, I've got a mark on that. Yeah, I do indeed. Not quite sure how that happened, but anyway. It's by someone called Laura Secchi, and it uses Blackberry Bliss, pretty in pink, and it's so long since I've done this, I can hardly remember what I did. The embossing folder, you can see that, you can't really see that, but you can, yeah, isn't it beautiful? It just comes up so lovely. And that, and this, and this is the die cut that I said. It doesn't completely cut out, but you can put them so that they sort of fluff up. So what I'm going to do is place that on that. I've almost forgotten what I had to do. Okay, so forgive me this morning if I forget. So, and hopefully I can get my tape to work. So I'm going to put this, I've cut this out, just made it a bit smaller than the Blackberry Bliss. I'm just going to center it on that, like so. Now this is going to go in behind it, and I have a mark in this, but I think I can get away with it. You might notice that there is a mark down the bottom, but when I put this on like this, you're not going to notice that. I also saved some card by cutting out some of the shapes. These, I don't know what you call these. I think, I can't remember, we called them, can't remember what we called them in the UK, but I've cut the pink one out of this, you can see. And because it's going on here, like so, you're not going to see that hole. So let's do that first. So I'm going to place that on so that it's got a little border all the way around. And this is my card base, and I've just got this strip that I've run through the embossing folder, and it's going to go there. Okay, so let's get that together. Very, very, fairly simple card, really. So I'm going to put it on the edge. So it just looks like a strip on it. This is going to go on top, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on dimensionals. I've been fighting a cold for more than a week. My doctor says it's temperature-related asthma as well, which means that in the mornings and evenings, I sound very asthmatic, but during the day, as the temperatures warm up, I don't, not quite like that. So this is going to go on top. So I've raised it up a little bit. Let's take the backs off, the mini dimensionals. Been doing a lot of card sorting in this way. So my mind has been in lots of different places. So that's going on like that. And then you see you've got these that you can use your pick to pull them up a little bit. Doesn't want to come up. That's okay. Just a little bit. And then I've got a blackberry bliss and a pretty, I think it was pretty in pink I used for the other colour. And what I've done is I've cut those out, just cut them with the die. And then I've tied them together, just the two of them, with white twine and another piece of white twine which I've coloured. And I coloured that, I think, in Bubble Bath because I find that the pretty in pink was just not quite the right colour that I wanted. Now, let me just check. Yep. Those are supposed to come out, but they're not going to come out. That's okay. So this is going to go on top, like so. Just like that. And that will be my card. So let's get this. And I'm just going to put a few dabs of glue on this. Because it is so sort of feathery almost, it's kind of I want to do that so that it's that. Okay, that one is sticking pretty well, and I'll put a little dab of glue on these so that that sticks to the. You see, now that I have it down, it's a bit easier just to put a dab of glue on it. Just hold it there for a second. It's to stick to my finger rather than the. There we go. Now, if I wanted to, I could add some dimensionals to this, like clear ones, or I don't know what. I'm sure I could find something. So that's my first card today. Really pretty card. My second card today is more in muted colors. So let's get this out. So I've used crumb cake, grey granite, and espresso brown. And I have to remember what I was doing in this one. Okay, so yeah, it's again going to be similar to the other one. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of crumb cake and I have embossed the front half of it. You can see that that's not embossed on that side. So this is going to go in the inside. Pull it off the back. This is by Amy Kunders, and I find that I like a lot of Amy's cards. Amy's cards. So let me find the stamp that I'm talking about here. On this here, you got this, and I just did this in plum cake on white. And so that's going to go on the inside. Excuse me. This croaky throat is not much fun. Let's put that on the inside. So that just gives a little bit of feature to the inside. Now, I've got some of the textured notes paper. You probably remember these. It's got like a woven basket type on one side, and then it's got this on the other side, which is more like a Hessian bag type thing. That is going to go on like that, right way up, hopefully. So let's, I might put this on dimensionals, this one, this time, whereas I did it the other way on the other one. I might put some dimensionals on this one. And a couple more. I like putting one in the middle so that if it sinks down, it has something to keep it. Otherwise, it might just flatten in the middle. So, oops, it's coming off the whole thing. I only want the paper off the top. There we go. Almost there. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the early espresso. Just try and get it straight as I can. It's not wanting to cooperate for me. There we go. Okay. So, looks pretty plain, but I've got a piece of crumb cake and a piece of grey granite. So this is the two cutouts. What I've done with this one is I've used a dauber and I've just put a bit of early espresso on the top of that just to give it a bit of a little bit of a feature. So they're going to go like that. And I could actually add, if I had some my linen thread, I could add a little bow down the bottom. But that's going to go on like that. So let's put this one on first. As I said, these are very simple. Just put a little dots of glue on the back of the phone, you think? Takes a minute or two to do that. There we go. I'm going to put the fern on first. And you can see that I've used the crumb cake same stamp on the front just to layer it in. Okay, so put that down. Okay, now this is the other flower. They're a little bit delicate when you pick them up. So you can see that there is a little bit that could come out there, so that if it wants to come out, just like a little bit of the paper that hasn't removed itself from the, and there's a couple up there that are, there we go. Just tiny little bits that I'm quite dark colored. So let's see what way I want to put this. I think like that. Yep. So let's get some glue in the back of this. Apologies for all the coughing, clearing throat. It's something that I'm not supposed to do, but sometimes it's hard not to when you feel it will make you clearer. And then a bit of glue up that there. Right, pick it up, turn it over, and just pop it down. Just sticking to my finger. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of glue down here, and then I'm going to move that to the top of there. push that down. Now, to put this on the card, I can do this again with dimensionals to raise it up. And actually, I might ask my hubby to go to my second drawer and get me some natural linen thread out of that. Decided to add something to this. So the second white drawer has all my twine in it, and these little dimensional things. I was up at the doctor's the other day, and the nurse said to me, "Oh, you've got something on your jumper." Guess what it was? It was a dimensional. I said, "That's what happens when you've been crafting." Okay, thank you. That's perfect. That's what I want. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to just tie some of this natural ribbon around this, like so. Once, twice. Whoops. Getting in my way. And then I'm going to tie a little bow. I'll fix that up in a minute. So I tie a knot first of all, just to hold that completely in place. Okay, now just trim that off, get it away. And then I'm going to move this a little bit. So the way I do that is just because I want the knot to be right on top of the stem. And then I can move these so that they're a little bit more out. Let's make a bow. Now my linen twine is going to be too long. I'll fix that up afterwards. There we go. So I don't want a huge bow. But I like those tails. Okay, let's take the backs off this. There's a little bit of static on these dimensionals, so when you take them off, sometimes they want to stick to your clothes or your fingers or anything else. I really like that card. There's two slightly different ones, but using the die cuts. And again, you could put some espresso or dark matte dots on that as well. My final card today, pardon me, is by Taya Woodward. Get this all out. And it's very simple. So it's Misty Moonlight base with just basic white. Now what I've done is I've cut a piece of basic white. It's a bit smaller than the card base, and I've stamped Thinking for You down at the bottom here. I've made another strip of Misty Moonlight, which I'm going to place on top of the white card. So let's do that first. Okay. So I'm going to, my twine is catching on my other things. So I'm just going to put that at the middle, like that. Okay. So that will go on the front, like that. Now you notice that it's just a teeny bit longer. I can either trim that or I can put it on the card, and you're not going to really notice it when it's on the card because it's the same color as the back. I have 3 images that I've stamped in Misty Moonlight, all the same. This is one of the images that I haven't used really very much. It's like a delphinium or something. This one here, I've stamped it 3 times. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this like that on the card. Sorry. Now, they should theoretically be all the same size, so we'll hope that they are. So let's put those on first. Goodness me. I might stick this on the card first and then go from there. And I'm placing it so that it's got a navy strip top and bottom and a little border around it. See, so it's got a navy border all the way around. Now, for these three, I could have done them in different colors, and I'd thought about that, but I'm going to just put some dimensionals on them and place these on the front. So, very, very simple card today. I actually might put one in the middle on these as well. Now, this would be a nice card to put some white matte dots on as well, if you wanted to. But let's just see how it works. There we go. So I've got 5. So I'm going to take this one first. Pardon me. Terrible, isn't it, when you're trying to do a video and yeah, all you can do is cough. Okay, put it on the right way around. I'm just going to leave a little border right around the edge, like that. Then I'm going to put the other one on the other side. So let's get that one next. Good use of dimensionals this morning. And I'm going to put it about the same distance from the edge. Okay. Now I do that because I want to put this one on, and I will put it the right way up. You can see this is really very, very basic. You could even put some navy dots, maybe 3 navy matte dots on that. Here we go. Put the last one on. Get it sort of centered. It'll get a little bit longer than the other one, but that's okay. There we go. So that's a very, very simple card. Now, what I do need to do is to put a white matte inside it, which I haven't got here. What you could do, if you wanted to, is color the flowers in just a little bit, or just leave it sort of monochromatic, misty, moonlight, and white. Quite like that. So those are my 3 cards that I saw that I thought would be really nice. Let's put them down here to do today. You can see 3 totally different colors. Blackberry Bliss isn't a color I use a lot, but it actually is a very, very rich, beautiful color. And I made a lovely sympathy card a couple of weeks ago with it. Crumb Cake is always a go-to, and Misty Moonlight is a go-to. I thought about doing this in Secret Sea, which you could do, which would be really nice too. And if you are into monochromatic, you could have gone black and white, I suppose, as well, or grey and white. But I quite like that. So those are my 3 cards with just the die cuts and some stamping from Gallery Bloom. And you can see that the sentiment on this one here is just from here, just a note, okay? And the thinking of you is also from there. Now, I could put a sentiment on the front of that, but I think what I might do is put a sentiment on the inside rather than on the front. I often leave them blank and then I can use them for whatever occasion I need. Make a beautiful sympathy card too. So just to show you that that's our 3 cards for today. I know today is quite brief, but yeah, don't think my voice is going to hold out for much longer. So just hope that you enjoy the last days of July. I look forward to the maybe slightly warmer days in August. Sometimes I know it can be cold early on, but I really I like it when spring's starting to come. And even these mornings is about 12 degrees, which I can handle pretty well. So it's just when it's 2 degrees and 3 degrees and 4 degrees, I don't like it. So there we go. So there's my 3 cards today from Beautiful Gallery. If you haven't got this one, it's such a lovely set. And next week I'll use the DSP, as I said. I might try and do something a little bit different. So I'm going to have a bit of an exploration of that today. Okay, take care, stay warm, keep well, and hopefully I can get rid of this cold by next week. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.